Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
Today we have Battle Report 131.
131.
Yep, this was Corner Hammer, the Corner Hammer GT, Game 1.
So this is your kickoff.
Yeah, this is the
big tournament in the Midwest.
In the Midwest, and it got kicked. This is the tournament that got kicked out of Adepticon.
Out.
It had like 30
departed, whatever.
Yeah, it had like 30 or 40 last year at this tournament. I forget what the number was. And they were told, well, anyway, they were told that they didn't have space for them at the tournament.
Yeah.
So they got together and they said, we'll do it our own. And there was kind of a rally cry went up around the Ninth Age forums because of that. And 68 people showed up for this.
Okay, not too bad.
So, yeah, like I said, more than 50% more than the previous year.
Yeah, right.
So that was pretty interesting. It was nice. Held in a hotel. It was a nice place. But anyway, so this was Game 1. Orcs and Goblins versus the Demon Legions.
Okay. Poo Pizza versus the I-Star, whatever the heck that is.
I-Star. So, here's a list. The list I've been playing for a little while. The Iron Orc Warlord, General, Plate Mail, Shield, Omen of the Apocalypse, Willow's Ward, Potion of Swiftness, and Talisman of Supreme Shielding. Iron Orc Chief BSB, had paired weapons, Plate Mail, Hero's Heart, Lucky Charm, and Pan of Protection Pension. When I built this list, I had the 10 points left over, so I put it on the Lucky Charm. Because it wouldn't fit on the, doesn't go on the other guy. But re-rolling a 4-up armor save's not that great.
It's not. It's just.
But it's there in case some scrub wounds him, and he's got a good chance of getting it.
He had 10 points to use.
2 Cave Goblin Chiefs with
Cheeves.
Both have lances.
British.
Cheeves.
Cheeves, bring me my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, sir.
Both have lances, shields, light armor. Riding a Cave Gnasher. One had the Cleansing Light. The flaming buff for his lance. Common Goblin Witch Doctor is a master of witchcraft. He's had the magical heirloom, the crystal ball, and the wolf. Wasn't riding it, he just had one.
He has a wolf in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So here was 3 units of Common Goblin Raiders. All had bows, light armor, and shields. 2 of them had light lances. I could have taken the
10 points and put it in the
10 points and put it into light lances. That way they would all be identical. But I didn't want these guys fighting anyway, so they didn't need light lances. 26 Common Orc Ed Bashers with full command, light armor, shield, and the Green Tide Banner. 2 units of 22 Iron Orcs, both with full command, plate armor, shield, and the Green Tide Banner. And then I had 3 pieces of artillery, a Get Launcher, and 2 Splatterers.
Okay. So that is not a typo. You do have 3 Green Tide Banners.
I do.
Because it's the best.
It's a nice banner. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It lets you do the 3rd rank of fighting without going to...
Right. Weren't you the guy complaining about too many multi-choose banners in the armies?
Yeah. Yeah, I won't say it. I'm not arguing that it's too good to be there 3 times.
Just checking.
It's okay in Orcs and Goblins because we're hordes. So you should have a horde of banners.
There you go.
No. I'll complain about something that shouldn't be there. Doesn't mean I'm not going to take it if it is there.
I seem to have hit a sensitive spot.
Because, I think the Cave Goblin Chiefs are well underpriced.
Yeah.
But you see 2 of them in my list. I should have a 3rd.
I was just making a comment. You don't have to keep running with it.
I'm going to keep going with it. You're not getting away with that one. All right. So
we have something strange. There we go.
There we go. We have the Demon Legions.
The Daemon Legions.
This was a true poly list. He had a Harbinger of Lust, who's the general, Divination Adept, Barbed Claws, Dance of Death, Trident of Torment. If you know what any of those mean. The Barbed Claws is the +1 to wound. I know that one. Harbinger of Change is an Adept of Divination with Far Seeing, which I know that one as well. That adds the distance. To his shooting and magic, I think. And Flaming Wings. Another Harbinger of Lust, this one with a Token of Lust Barbed Claws, Mortal Blade, and Clawed Caress. Lastly, a Harbinger of Pestilence with a halberd, Bloated Putrefaction, Apprentice of Witchcraft, and a Token of Pestilence.
Oh, this is very interesting. All harbingers.
Yep.
No big gribblies.
Nope. 24 Tallymen with full command and a rending banner. 24 Sirens with a full command and a rending banner. 8 Igniters. 5 Beasts of Pestilence. 3 Plaguelings. Those are the old, little
Yeah. The swarm guys.
Swarms. 7 Mounted Sirens and a Demonic Engine with a Hellish Reaper on it.
They need to rename that unit. Mounted Sirens just doesn't work.
If you've got Sirens...
Makes me think of like air raid sirens, It's like there's a speaker mounted on the side of a building.
The little thing the Germans used to strap underneath the Stukas when they, did the dive bombing.
That's what I'm thinking, Is this a unit of 7 Stukas?
They just sit there and yell when they're coming at you. All right. So, we deployed. This is after deployment and after, Vanguard. So, I dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So,
How big is that unit filler?
What? Too big.
Okay.
I actually didn't when I made it, for whatever reason, I was thinking 6.
Right.
And
6 is okay.
Well, that's what I was thinking when I made it. Ended up making it 8.
Okay. Because you went from being too small to too big.
Too big. I ended up making it 8. And glued the thing on, did a couple things to it. Still wasn't paying attention to what I had done. Walked away, let it set and dry. Came back to it, put it in my unit, and I'm like, holy crap, this thing's huge. And then the first thing I noticed is I had two Iron Orcs left over. I'm like, how do I have 2 left over now? And then I was like, oh, this is 8. That's not good.
Yeah, you can just pop them off their bases and put them on your filler.
I probably should have.
Yeah.
But
you still can.
Did not.
Okay.
I won't. I'm going to redo the filler. I just didn't have time to redo the filler.
Sure.
When I finally figured that out, that was like on Tuesday night, and I was leaving Thursday morning.
Right.
So anyway, so there's the deployment. This is after Vanguard. You can see for his army, my opponent left his demonic engine at home. So borrowed a crusher cav and put it on the proper size base.
Put it on a large square base. Okay.
I mean, it is the proper size base.
Yeah.
But he had a crusher cab running as it.
Okay.
The big unit of Sirens with 2 Harbingers in it. Tallymen with their Harbinger in it. 5 Beasts of Pestilence.
Yep.
And a unit of Scorchers with their Harbinger.
Oh, I thought they were on bigger bases. Well,
they're on 25s.
Okay.
But they are skirmish. This weird shaped base, which is great in some systems, but now it's
it's not made for this
ninth aids need to be lined up.
Yeah.
This causes a little bit of problem with the facing of the unit.
Where's your front?
Right.
Okay, so we have a hill. I assume the nasty brown felts of woods.
So on the left we have 2 buildings.
2 buildings.
That's a woods down the bottom with a tree on it. Hill on my bottom right.
Okay,
and another forest, tiny forest.
Okay.
I don't know about a forest. Maybe that's a
It's a tree. It's a garden.
It's a garden. A little teeny wall up there in the top.
Oh, I didn't even notice
in the middle, and off on the right, that was a field.
Oh, okay.
So
I was wondering what it was. Okay.
Anyway, that's how there you have it.
Okay.
So anyway, we dropped back and forth for a minute. I mean, he placed 2. After he had placed, I placed first. He placed second. I placed third. He placed fourth. And then I looked at it and I'm like, okay, he had placed his 2. He started with his 2 primary units, the Tallymen and the Sirens. So I was like, okay, I know where his army is going to be at this point.
Right.
So I went ahead and dropped everything and got +4 to go first.
Okay.
And then I proceeded to roll a 1, and he rolled a 6, and
that screwed you.
And that screwed me because I had already moved my Wolf Riders, assuming I was going to have a first turn, came forward.
You're not that close. And you had the Nurglings are over there. On the
and then in scouting and Vanguard, he placed the Nurglings on the far flank. Their movement 8. I mean, you see how far they have to go to get all the way to my first war machine.
They're pretty far away.
And before, they hadn't been placed when I placed mine.
Right.
And I was trying to cover the flanks a little bit. You can see, because when I did it, he hadn't placed his mounted Sirens.
Right.
So I had one of the Cave Nasher guys ready for each side,
Okay.
whichever way he went.
And he put him over there on the side instead of on the side of a building. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, I thought, anyway. He may have been much better to put him over on the top left, but he put him over there. One way or another. I think he was thinking that's a shorter route to the first war
To
machine.
the rear area. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So there you have it. Oh, well, there you go. Could have done it that way.
Yeah.
And
What is this playing surface?
it is
It's like AstroTurf.
it's like a really, really short-haired AstroTurf.
Okay.
Almost.
It looks like AstroTurf.
It kind of does. It works out better. It's much better than felt.
It is better than felt.
It's much better than felt.
Could use a few flamingos, but okay.
It is much better than felt. So anyway, so you have that. First turn, he just, first turn, the igniters shot at my wolf riders who were hiding behind the hill, killed half of them, killed 4. The other 4 panicked and ran. The sirens just came along behind me and sat behind the hill. Mm-hmm. They did not want to get, the guy on the hill to the right.
Right. Is this one of the games where you were in the dark?
No, this was actually a decent lit game.
Okay.
So, like I said, he did not want to get charged or shot at, so he didn't come up with
I didn't mean the lighting. I meant you specifically.
This is definitely one of the games I was in the dark. So, back to my turn 1. The Wolf Riders did not rally, continued to run, but they didn't go very far, so I had another shot at it.
Yeah.
They decided to give me one more chance. On the center of the board, he had shot up this unit. Actually, why isn't that picture before the other ones? So, my turn, I just shifted to the far right with my 3 remaining Wolf Riders. The last one bailed out, the wizard bailed out and joined my other unit here in the center.
Okay.
Because they were, as you can see, they were here.
Yeah.
Everything just shifted to the far right. Because there's nothing in front of them they can do anything about. And I wanted my spells on this side.
Why were they in the front of your lines?
They were in the front of my lines originally because I was going to go first and they were going to shoot out and do something.
Ah, okay.
They were going to move out and get around. The one of the best spells a mage has is an 18-inch range.
Right.
And if I could have got him, as you can see, he has nothing light. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 units here across the board from me.
Right.
That are not going to be turning around dealing with Wolf Riders.
Yeah.
The only thing he's got to deal with Wolf Riders is the igniters, really.
Right.
So my idea when I first was deploying was to shoot around and get around behind him and just kind of just sit there forever and not worried about anything. Anyway, so that was it. You can see on the bottom right, you can see the Cave Nashers hopped over here to their flank, out of their arc, and looking back towards the center of the board where they can cover that hill. Or these things have movement 20. So even if he comes even over the hill towards the war machine, then I've got a good rear charge on him as well. So I thought I had that covered fairly well. Wolf Riders up front were just sitting there to kind of provide a screen for the igniters, so they'd have to shoot through them to shoot anything behind.
Right.
That was it. Got that. And there's my other Cave Nasher. He came over to the center as well, where the big threat that for sweeping my war machines is.
Right. Or your combat units.
They can't go into a combat unit. They're tough 3. They'll get munched. So casting spells, I got off 2 spells. The first one I got off was the random move spell on the igniters, because I wanted to pull them forward. What the idea I had was
and have them not shooting at you anymore.
Well, they can shoot.
Depends where they go.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can shoot. What my idea was, if he would think, well, I might as well go kill the Wolf Riders with it and go kill them, overrun, and or not, and be right there in the center of the board. Then I also got had nothing else that really mattered. I mean, Deceptive Glamour. I've got the one spell that I could have cast that make block. Oh, he blocked the one spell. Since he's got 2 two of his harbingers up in that sirens unit. I tried the spell to what's it called?
Plus 2 to cast.
Yeah, +2 to cast.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted Effigy.
Mm-hmm.
I cast that spell in there. He made sure that one didn't go off.
Yeah.
So the last spell I had was Raven's Wing. Cast on my own unit, a big Wolf Rider unit, and bounced them back through my line. And now they're back behind my line where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at that. Take a good look at that. Just the unit being back there behind the line.
I'm stunned.
I say take a good look at it because you're probably not going to see that real often. Anyway, go to turn 2. He did a random movement, went off to the side, but didn't go very far at all.
Mm-hmm.
His Beasts of Nurgle did not want to charge as well. They didn't want to come that far forward. They didn't want the Iron Orcs to go thump him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gotten off... I forget what spell he got off. He got off a spell on the mounted sirens and pushed him up here to the top of the hill. Based on the top left, you can see the plaguelings coming around the building. And everything else just moved forward a bit, not very far. Actually, it was, because they were...
Just for a confusion point, it looks like he's using just some foot guys to fill in for his mounted sirens.
There is 1 foot guy. There's 6 mounted sirens and a guy on foot.
You said Harbinger.
No, it's actually another mounted guy.
Oh, he just uses
it's
a
a
filler.
proxy, yes.
Yes, okay, that's what I was...
He said it was sitting on the table with the other guy.
Yeah, okay.
So, anyway. So that, and they decided to shoot and killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my guys.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
It is.
I wasn't real thrilled with that. Because considering last turn they'd only killed 4 Wolf Riders, I didn't think they were going to kill 7 Orcs. So it came to then bottom of second, my turn. You can see I have got both my Cave Gnashers are charging. I didn't put the number down on the one on the right because that was auto in.
Right.
I just threw 2 dice down, but the guy over here needs a 10.
Needs a 10.
With Swift Stride.
Right.
And I apparently tagged the wrong one with the Evil Eye to give them +1 movement. Because I expected them to come all the way over here by the War Machine. That's where I expected them to be. Elsewhere, he came forward with that Pestilence block. The Tallyman block.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it into my head that I could... It's
Defeat
5
it?
wide. I got it into my head that if I hit it with both units... My characters are here on the inside of both units. The BSB on the right and the General on the left. Both, right there. I got it into my head that if I hit him with both, it gives me 7 wide against him and 2 characters fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could get through them.
Really? Okay.
I did. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Those aren't the numbers needed to charge. Oh, those are the distances. Sorry.
Okay.
Both the Orcs, the distance was 11. Their movement, and I did call the war cry on this one.
Okay.
So both the distances are 11, so they needed 5. So Swift tried to get in. Over on the right, the Ed Bashers needed a 12 on distance, so they needed an 8.
Okay.
To get into that one. Sorry, a 7.
7, yeah.
To get into the Flamers.
Right.
So, did that. And these 2 guys made it in. In addition to them making it in, I got off the Deceptive Glamour on them to bring their weapon skill and initiative down by 2.
And make the picture blurry.
And it blurred the picture because it was a really good spell.
So these guys got in.
These guys got in. You can see my Wolf Riders moved up to chaff the Beasts of Nurgle.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, sorry. To chaff the Pestilence
Yes,
Beast.
yeah.
And both the Iron Orcs units made it in.
Okay.
And that's what that looks like. And I got a couple spells off. Got a couple Evil Eyes and the...
Seem to be concerned about him.
Twisted Effigy off on him on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was at the end of the phase, and I had 2 dice when I casted the Twisted Effigy on him to stop him from shooting. I didn't want to try to push it and get an 8 to stop to give the other unit -2 to cast.
Okay.
Thought I would play it a little bit safer. This fight went fairly well.
Somebody seems to be dead.
He killed the one. I did 3 wounds I did 3 wounds total, which I actually thought was light, but he was making some, good ward saves. He killed one of me. So he did 3 wounds to me. I had 3 wounds to charge and flank. And I think he crumbled one more than what you saw there. So the Iron Orcs came in, smashed them, missed it by, 6 wounds, getting rid of the unit. He made a lot of saves. I had a lot of hits. I mean, a ton of hits.
Yeah. He did some damage to you, too.
And he did a little bit of damage to me.
The Harbinger do that, or?
The Harbinger ate my character that you see on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my champion.
Oh, okay.
And the unit did 5 wounds. They have poisoning on a 5.
Right.
Or poisoning. They're poisoning on a 5 or 6. I think they're poisoning on a 6.
They're normally at 6.
They're poisoning.
Ability or not.
Yeah, they're poisoning on a 6, and then they just, shrink 4.
Right.
It adds up.
Well, what'd you go with? Weapons?
I went with, what did I go with? I did not go great weapons. I went with...
Double Choppa or...
Actually, I went with
shield?
Choppa Shield.
Choppa Shield, okay.
No, sorry. First round I went with Double Choppa.
Okay.
Because I decided I was pushing every wound I could.
Yeah, because you're trying to get rid of them.
Was the idea. I was trying to get through them.
Okay.
Had I killed 3 more, they're all gone.
Yeah.
But didn't. So, anyway. I would have liked to have been further to the right, but the pestilence beasts are there.
Yep. And he took the losses on the one side, so
he could, knowing he has support on that side coming, he put the abuse on as much as he could on the unit on the right.
Yep.
He didn't want me to swap out that big, huge filler.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He liked it. So that's where that ended on my turn. And moving on to turn 3. There you have it. I would have also liked him to put the damage on the unit on the right, because that demon engine can just see
I can tell the
corners.
angle. That's what I was saying. He put him on there so he wouldn't...
Had he killed 4 more on the left unit, he would have been out of arc.
Yep.
So that was unfortunate. So the pestilence beasts come in on my 3 wolf riders.
And you stood?
Yeah, well, I didn't want them on the other flank. Which actually probably, if I look back, probably wouldn't have been that bad if I let them in. It would have been a lot of damage, but it would have let the Ed Bashers into their rear. Don't know. Probably would have been a bad idea.
Probably.
So, anyway.
Unless you get rid of the rank bonus on these other guys.
So everyone else comes hammering in. Well, I mean, for one thing, I'm going to be stubborn.
Yeah.
The one.
It was your champion, not your.
Not my character.
Not a character.
The other advantage I have right now is both my characters are right there in the center of this plague, the Tallyman unit. So he can't get characters to just hit him.
Right.
He has to challenge me individually.
So yeah.
Anyway. So moving on down here on the bottom left, you can see the plaguelings are still coming forward.
Ready for a charge next turn?
They are. Surprisingly, the beasts have managed to get rid of my wolf riders.
Shocking.
And he turned this way because he didn't want,
Yeah, didn't want those in the
Ed
rear.
Bashers bothering him. Even though, which another thing that slightly surprised me, I thought he would angle the other way in the off chance that for whatever reason the Ed Bashers don't get in, because this unit doesn't take penalties for rear and flanks.
Right.
But anyway, wasn't that big of a surprise actually. But anyway, so there you have that. Another round of combat, and I've only killed. Was another really disappointing turn because I do have my Lord and BSB pounding on this unit of Tallyman, and you can see there's only another. He had 6. I did a total of 4 wounds to it.
Oh.
Yeah, he was saving awesomely. Only did a few wounds off to the left unit of Sirens as well.
Looks like you got rid of a lot of guys.
And I am doing Choppa Shield to try to keep myself alive. Parry's not doing anything because he's already hitting me on 4s. Meanwhile, over on the far right and bottom, the Cave Gnasher has finished off his unit.
Okay.
And turned a face into the center of the board. and we'll go into the bottom of 3. And the Ed Bashers are going to go into the Pestilence Beasts,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cave Nasher guy with 1 wound left will go try to help him.
Help him out. Yep.
He does have the Flaming Lance as well, so they will not get saved from him.
Right.
So he does, slams in there. Both units make it. And I get to bring the pain off. Cast it on this unit. Probably should have cast it on the Tallyman unit, but cast it on this unit. Sirens. Put the Evil Eye to slow down their movement.
Right.
And since it didn't have a target, I Raven's Wing the Get Launcher further to the right.
There you go.
I used Raven's Wing and just moved it further away from
That's
them.
something you don't see very often.
What's that?
I said that's something you don't see very often.
No, no.
Well, he had a target.
What's that?
Oh, I guess he was too close. So you got these.
They were too close.
Yeah, you got these swarms coming on you. That's
I
your only
did.
target, right? Everybody else is dead.
Everyone
Or in
else,
combat.
everything else is in combat.
Yeah.
So I have no other target, literally. It's bad. So we go through another round of combat.
Oof.
And this time the Sirens just go nuts. And I think he challenged with one of his pestilence, one of his lust harbingers last turn, and I accepted with my Orc champion.
The other champion.
Because the other champion, because that beast, that harbinger is nasty. AP like 4 or 5, something ridiculous. Anyway, so they pushed me all down to 1, my standard bearer and my general left, and the unit on the left. The unit on the right has finally eliminated the Tallyman, and they're down to the harbinger of pestilence.
Okay.
Off on the far right, you can see I've eliminated one of the whatever you want to call them, pestilence beasts.
And he put 2 wounds on you.
And put 2 wounds on me. I keep my bonus strength because I do have a rank, additional rank, and he does not. Moving on to turn 4, that's what it looks like. Everything's engaged except the Nurglings and this 1 unit of Wolf Riders that's sitting here in the center.
Not using their bows.
I want to keep. I could at this point I could probably separate them. My worry is that big war, whatever it is, the demon engine gets free,
Right.
and can do something.
Yeah.
So I don't want them too far off to the right. So what am I doing? Showing that. The fight's up there. So in this round, of my round, he breaks me. He wins the combat, not by a lot, because
But enough.
As a matter of fact, I think he only. I mean, you're looking there. There's only so many wounds he can do in that situation.
Yeah.
But because of the flank and everything else, and again, I'm extremely limited in what I can do.
Right.
Because I only have 3 guys touching in the big orc unit, in an iron orc unit,
Right.
touching the sirens. So I can't bring any, and I can't. This Titan's toughness 6 on my flag. Anyway, so he moved through me, broke me.
But you were stubborn, right? Or did he kill your character?
I was stubborn and still failed.
Okay.
And
With a reroll.
Failed the reroll.
Okay. Yeah, somewhat bad luck.
The general was not stubborn, so I had a rerollable 9, failed it. It happens. The big guy ran me down. General, in the meantime, was sitting there. He got a wound on him.
So he passed.
And he got ran down.
Oh, okay. Good.
And that's where he ended up.
Okay.
That's where we go. It really was a kind of a slap fight on the top right. You can see I put 1 more wound on him, lost a couple guys.
That's what those things do.
But I'm just going to be tied up there forever.
Yeah.
So moving on.
Okay, so this is looking bleak.
It's extremely bleak at the moment. My turn. I get my Wolf Rider's bunker off to the side. I'm going to bring the pain off on the pestilence beasts. As you can see, doesn't help me at all. He still kills a few.
Yep.
And I've put I put another, I think maybe another wound on him.
1 or 2 wounds on him. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Did get the Twisted Effigy off to reduce the casting on the big block of Lust demons. Right. And did the Evil Eye down on the Plague Wings. Going on to turn 5, the big beast charged into my War Machine. Mm-hmm. The Plaguelings, despite their
Did you Raven's Wing or just move him into the woods?
I moved him into the woods. He couldn't fire. Mm-hmm. He had misfired and couldn't fire, so I just pushed him into the woods. I pushed him up so he would have a further overrun. Right. Is what I was looking for. Of course, he crushed that. The Plaguelings did not kill my War Machine, and it held. Okay. And up top, you can see I'm down to three Ed Bashers.
And 1 Goblin character.
And a Goblin character. That Goblin character is just not wounding him. Even though he's got the flaming, he's just not getting through. Mm. I'm just rolling really poorly on that. And that was the end of turn 5, and they came around, and just at the beginning of this turn, they came around and told us, last turn, finish this turn, you're done. Ah. So that's where it ended.
Okay, so you didn't get turn 6 in, which would have
We did not get turn 6 in, which
made it worse for you.
Yes, because I think he probably would have gotten through the
Orcs on top,
the Ed Bashers on top,
and probably would have got at least 1, if not 2 more. Well, at least 1 more War Machine.
He would have definitely, the big beast thing could kill 1. He would also been able to get the Siren unit. As it was after the overrun for his turn 5, he couldn't get through. The Siren unit could not get into my deployment zone.
Oh, and that was secondary?
To grab the objective, which was the breakthrough scenario.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right.
So, but...
Saved by the Bell-ish?
Well, he did kill both my characters.
Yes.
So I had only got 1568. He got 3614. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was a 15-5 smashing.
Yes.
Was not good.
Yeah.
Not a great way to start. Nice guy, enjoyed playing him. But, not a good way to start off a tournament.
Yes, I think you were having too much fun Friday night, clearly.
I had Friday, the day before this, I'd played the doubles tournament.
Yeah.
And had a great time in that. So, apparently didn't work out
too much fun.
I do also want to point out that War Machine on the bottom right is misfired last turn. Is facing the wrong direction.
Okay.
So anyway,
there is that.
Not that it was going to do anything
exciting.
Yeah, it did drop a rock. I was trying to shoot that guy right there in the middle of the field. Didn't do anything. Anyway, and that's where it ended. Okay. So, like I said, 5 to 15. Oops. Ha. That's funny. I put those points wrong.
Yeah, I just was noticing. I was like, wait a minute.
I got 15 points out of that.
Yeah.
Woo! I actually got 5 points out of that. The Demon Legion's got 15.
So, yes.
Obviously, from the score, I wrote that wrong.
Yes, we have a typo.
Too bad I didn't turn it in that way and get it approved.
There is that. That's always a strategy.
It is. If you can't win, cheat.
Yeah.
No. Anyway.
You do have goblins in your army.
Not as many. But enough. All right, so that's going to do it for the first game.
Till next time.
Thanks for listening.